What? Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all know we're gonna be having a live spoiler discussion about this episode, the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. I don't even know the name of this episode. I'm just gonna give y'all my raw reactions to this. I'm not even gonna do any editing on it. I think that this episode was really good on the tension level. Like, you got to see the major death. I figured that a major death was either gonna be somebody like Deanna or her son or whatever. But even like the way that they depicted her death, I was thinking to myself, this woman's not going to kill herself. Like, she's going to go out fighting, because everything that's happened, she's had it taken away from her because of these walkers. And I knew like she would have an epic end to her character. So I mean, sad to say Deanna's gone, but the way she went out, it was pretty epic. Not just that, like, there was so much tension that was going on. I mean, Carl and Ron, they finally had it out, and Ron tried to kill him, like, straight up, like, he losing it. Yeah, my sister's gonna, my brother's gonna die, my mother's gonna die, XYZ, we're all gonna die, and you're about to die. And so they locked the door, tried to kill Carl. Carl came out of that joint though, put a bullet to the, he was about to put a bullet back in his head. Look, give me a gun. And I was like, that's what I wanted to see. That's the Carl that is smart, that's aware, and once he was hip, that was it. That was it for him. Which I'm glad about that. He's got that realization, but at the same time, he has this willing to want to help Ron out. He basically said, like, look, your dad is a killer, just like my dad. Your dad is a jerk, just like my dad. So I mean, where you come with this hostility from? But I will kill you, basically. And I mean, rightfully so. I mean, like, this was not the time for this. And then, oh my gosh, y'all, Morgan and Carol, that whole situation in and of itself was just wild, yo. Because I didn't know honestly how it was gonna end. I was worried that either Carol or Morgan was gonna get like seriously mortally wounded or killed. Because I mean, as soon as basically Morgan had her like in the area, and she had hit her head and stuff like that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, she gonna pull something. And she was like, I want to rest my eyes and stuff like that. And Morgan, for just a second, he went down there to kind of check on the wolf. Why he left the girl, the only medic they had, with the wolf, I have no idea. But as soon as he got back up the stairs, he's like, Carol, he got a stick ready. I was like, oh Lord, she about to go Rambo on this man. Sure enough, she pushed him out the way, went downstairs. I mean, he's lucky that she didn't straight stab him in the jugular or something like that, because she could have. She really could have. Then they were like at odds back and forth, and I was like, oh my God, this is the worst time for this. Because this man, yeah, he's got an infection, but he can still move himself. And sure enough, got the girl. After they knocked themselves out, he knocked Morgan upside the head and got the girl kidnapped, and I thought he was about to kill her. Then the group got in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, got in the three crowd, you know, and they were kind of like debating what to do, and they had like Eugene picked the lock, and he didn't know where it was going to go to, and sure enough, it actually led to the next room, thankfully, because he probably would have just gone and killed the girl. But then they told him, he was like, surrender your guns. I wouldn't have done that. These people are sharpshooters. He could have easily popped that dude in the head. I mean, yeah, I know that's your girlfriend. I understand. But what's the alternative? You know, and I was like, oh my gosh. Not just that, I felt for Ron's younger brother, only because of the fact that he has been stuck up there this whole entire time. And I think the beginning of the episode is one of the best depictions that they ever could have done. Perfect imagery of having like the ants crawl down into the cookie, and it was just trapped in there, and there was no, it was basically like a lamb to slaughter. Like, it was an open feast day. And the only thing that I don't like about this episode is I have no idea where everybody else was. I'm not talking about like Abraham or, you know, Daryl and their group or not. I'm talking about people who were inside the encampment. When everything went down, I mean, I saw people get pulled to the side, and I think they implied that people went into the buildings, but it would have been more epic if they would have shown people like in terror and fear, making these kind of rash decisions, or maybe thinking about thoughts of suicide, because now not only have they lost people, they have nowhere that they can actually really truly go. And so I was curious to see where that was going to happen, but it never got to that point. But either way, it was definitely one of the better mid-season finales they've done. I can definitely say that. I'm trying to think though. I mean, I'm sorry y'all, but I know everybody is like, they call me an idiot, they call me stupid, but still, nobody has physically seen Glenn yet. I mean, yeah, he could have yelled out to Maggie at that moment, but he didn't, which is, that would have blown the cover. The only person that interacted with him was Enid. Part of me really believes that I don't know if Glenn is alive. I'm sorry. Just my personal thought. Everybody can take what they want to that he's alive. That's fine. If he's alive, that's great. I don't want this to be true. But my theory has been that this is all in Enid's mind. And she's been pushed to try to go back and help the group, and she's using Glenn as a subconscious imagery. And I mean, either way, I mean, one thing that I'll say that I didn't think that Glenn knew that Maggie was pregnant, but whatever. Either way, this is a great episode. I'm not even going to give it a rating. I think that I wish I would have had a lot more things that they could have done with it. But either way, it was awesome. And actually, there's a short clip that's going on right now. So I'm going to look at this 2-minute feature and post this review up. Tune in at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing a live stream review. I'm going to leave that in the description bar below. Deuces, everybody.